The Vienna Gambit is a very powerful and aggressive opening anyone can play as white. In the Vienna Gambit, we gambit a pawn for central control and active pieces. To start, we start with playing pawn e4. After black responds with e5, the most popular move, we don't play knight f3, instead, white will play knight c3, which is a more defensive option. This is the Vienna opening. Now, the most popular response by black is knight f6. We now gambit a pawn by playing pawn f4. Black takes our pawn. We push our e-pawn, attacking the knight. With no viable options left to save the knight will retreat to g8. We develop our knight to f3, controlling the center, plus defending the h for square, preventing any future checks. The best move that black can do is play pawn d6, and we reinforce the center by playing d4. Black pins our knight to the queen, but we ignore and carry on developing our pieces, such as our light-squared bishop. If your opponent takes, recapture with the queen, x-raying the f7 square. Black develops and we castle kingside, adding more pressure on the f7 square with our rook. Instead of accepting the gambit, black can also decline it. There are two main lines in declining the Vienna Gambit. The first is by playing pawn d5. The other is by playing knight c6. First, let's discuss knight c6. If your opponent plays knight c6, it is already losing for black. This is because if we take black's pawn and black takes back, we strike the center with pawn d4. We attack black's knight. After the knight retreats, we once again attack the other knight by pushing our e-pawn. The knight will go to g8, which is the only safe square. We now develop all of our minor pieces and castle kingside. This will lead us to a powerful central control and all of our pieces are developed. If black responds with d5, it may get a bit tricky at this point. After d5, we take on their e-pawn with our pawn. Most probably, black will respond by capturing our e-pawn with their knight, which is defended by the pawn on d5. The reason we won't take the knight with our knight is after black recaptures, the pawn will be awfully too close to us and our development will be limited. Instead, we play queen f3. The most popular black does is to capture our knight. We will capture back with our b-pawn. After black develops a piece, we should immediately push our pawn to d4, controlling what's left of the center. After that, we develop our minor pieces and castle kingside.